Hello everyone. So in this we'll discuss about basic retrieval queries in SQL. Now the select statement, it is one of the basic statement for retrieving the information from the database. Here when we use the select statement, it will fetch all the tuples. Okay, it will not eliminate any duplicate values. If you have a same uh, content in the tuple, that will also be displayed. Redundant information may be displayed again and again. There won't be any elimination of the duplicate values. Now we see the syntax of select statement. Select and specify the attribute list from which table. So you need to specify the table name and the condition. Based on what condition it has to select the information. Here as I said, attribute list means it's a list of attribute names whose values are to be retrieved by the query. Table list is a list of relation names which are required to process the query. Then condition, like you have to specify some boolean expression that identifies the tuples which need to be retrieved by the query. Okay, so select from where. So we call these as a clauses. Select clause, from clause and where clause. In select clause we will mention the attribute list. In from clause we specify the relation names, and where clause we specify the condition. Now, what all the comparison operators we can use while writing the condition? Like we can use equal, less than or equal, uh, greater than equal, and not equal. So this is the symbol or the notation used for not equal comparison. Then the attribute list. It's similar to your projection operation in relational algebra. You will specify what all the attributes, right? The same way here you have to specify the attributes whose values are to be retrieved. Then selection condition. In select operation in relational algebra you have seen you are writing some condition. If the tuples are matching with those conditions, such tuples will be added in the result. So same way here you have to specify the condition. Now we'll see the example. Retrieve the birth date and address of the employees whose name is John B. Smith. Here what we have to fetch or we have to retrieve, we need to retrieve birth date and address. So these are the attributes we want to display. These attribute values we need. So in the select clause, we will specify birth date and address. Okay, you need to separate this using comma. So birth date, comma, address. In from clause, you have to specify from which relation you are fetching the information. So these two attributes are there in employee. So from employee relation we are fetching, or we need employee relation to get these informations. Okay, so in from clause you write employee, and in where clause what is the condition whose name is John B. Smith. John means it's the first name, and B is the initial, and Smith is the last name. So use these condition. Okay, you equate these values to the corresponding attributes, and if you have a multiple conditions, then you use the AND operator. Then the next one, retrieve the name and address of all employees who work for the research department. Now here name and address, okay, I can get from employee relation, but in employee relation I don't have research department. That means name of the department is not there in the employee. So where it is? It is there in department relation. That's why in from clause you include employee and department. Okay. Now when you have a multiple relations listed in the from clause, you need to use the matching condition. Like you have to see that if these two are related, like you have added foreign key constraints, right? So you need to equate that foreign key and primary key in the where clause. Don't just write the condition according to this query. Like here they have asked research department. So if you write just dname equal to research, then it will take the Cartesian product of employee and department, and in that it will apply, on that it will apply dname equal to research. But we need only the actual tuples which are matching with department numbers. Okay, the relevant information we require. So that's why we need to add one more condition here where we are equating foreign key and primary keys. Okay, so D number is a foreign key in employee and it should be matched with department number. Now the next is, for every project located in Stafford, list the project number, the controlling department number, and the department manager's last name, address, and birth date. Okay, you see what all the attributes you have to display. So in the select clause, we will include project number, that is P number, then DNUM, D number, that is the department controlling department number, department manager's last name, address, and birth date. So all employees information are there in employee table. So I'll just write L name, address, and birth date. Now what all the tables or the relations we have to list? I can get project number, department number from project relation. L name, address, and birth date I can get from employee. But here how I will get to know whether this person or employee is a manager? So that's why I need to map manager SSN and employee SSN. So manager SSN is there in department relation. Okay, so and project and controlling department. Okay, for that again we need to map department number from project and department relation. So in the where clause we'll write dnum equal to department number, then the manager SSN equal to employee SSN, and the actual condition here, that is location must be Stafford. So like this we can write the query using select statement. Now if there are ambiguous attribute names, for example you have given the same name in two different relations, same name for the attributes in two different relations. Now which one you have to display in the result? From which table, like that attribute must be referred from which table? So that you can specify by its table name or the relation name. Now here F name and employee dot name, that means we are referring name attribute which is there in employee relation, and then address. Okay, and here you can see where, because in department and employee, see in department table name indicates it's the department name, and in employee name indicates it's the employee name. So to differentiate these, I'll write employee dot name. I want employee's name. Then there is no ambiguity. Okay, and when we are writing the condition, then we have to say that department name should be research. So that's why department dot name equal to research, and then department dot D number equal to employee dot D number. Here we are assuming that in both the relations department number attribute is named as DNUMBER, D number. Okay, so that's why to avoid or to overcome from this confusion, like which attribute we are referring, we have to specify the relation name or the table name. So department dot D number equal to employee dot D number. Like this we have to write. Then aliases or tuple variables, we can give some alternative names to the relation or to the attributes. Okay, while displaying the result, you want to give a different name to that column. Then we can use the aliases. In MySQL, directly if you write employee, there is no as keyword is used. Simply you have to write the alias or the different name. Like you can write select ename employee underscore name from employee table. Now instead of displaying ename as a column header, it will show employee underscore name. Okay, so to improve the readability, we are renaming the attributes, or we are giving different names to the attributes or the relations. Now suppose you forgot to specify the where clause. Okay, if you have missed writing the where clause, then what will be the result? So it will give you the cross product. Okay, now here you see the example. Select SSN from employee. Only one relation is there in the from clause, so that won't affect much. Simply it will display all the values for that attribute, SSN attribute. But in the second query, we are fetching SSN and DNAME from employee comma department. Now in this, it will take the cross product first, employee and department, and from that cross product result, it will take the SSN and DNAME columns. Okay, so if you forgot to write where clause, it just gives you the cross product result. Like all possible combinations, it will take. If you want to specify all the attributes, or if you want to list all the attributes in your result, you want to retrieve each and every attribute in the relation, then instead of writing the names of all the attributes, simply you can use star. Okay, select star from the table name, and if you have any condition. See here the example shows select star from employee where D number equal to 5. So it will display all the columns, column values for the employees who are in department number 5. Okay, so like that, suppose you want to include all the attributes, you want to retrieve all the attribute values, then write select star. Now tables can be considered as sets. That means you can apply set operations. When you are writing the queries, what it will do is, it will, as I said, select will not eliminate any duplicate values, right? By default, it will just display all the values. For example, you have a same name for employee name, like you have more than one employee with the same name, but employee ID may be different because it is a primary key. Now, if you write select ename from employee, it will display all the employees even though there is a repeated name. Okay. Now, if you want to display all distinct names, then you have to use the keyword distinct. It will eliminate the duplicate. Okay. So, usually SQL does not automatically eliminate duplicate tuples in the result. If you want to eliminate the duplicate values, then you have to use the keyword distinct. Here you can see select distinct salary from employee. If more than one employee is having same salary value, but while displaying the result, it will display the distinct value. Only once it will display that value. Now, as I said, set operations you can apply on these results or the relations, like union, set difference, intersect. These operations you can use, or these set operations you can perform on the relations. Now here the example is make a list of all project numbers for projects that involve an employee whose last name is Smith, either as a worker or as a manager of the department that controls the project. There are two different cases here. One, you have to see that the project numbers for the project on which the employee with Smith, named Smith, is working, and you have to see that he is a manager for the department which controls some projects. Okay. Now I'll just first I will take the project numbers. Okay, project numbers where an employee whose last name is Smith, he is working as a manager of the department that controls that project. Okay, so select distinct project number, and here see I have to get the project number, so I'll include project relation, and I want to check that it's the employee's last name is Smith. That means I need to include employee relation, and he must be a manager. That means manager's SSN is there in the department relation. I'll get to know whether he's a manager by joining department and the employee relation. So that's why department relation must be included. So in from clause we'll have project, department and employee relation. Then what is the condition? When you have a multiple relation in the from clause, first you have to write the joining condition using primary key and foreign key. So dnum equal to dnumber and manager SSN equal to employee SSN and last name equal to Smith. Okay, so this will give you the project number which is controlled by the department where manager is Smith. And then the next is the project numbers we have to take where Smith is working as an employee. So works on will give you the SSNs of the employees who are working on the particular project. Okay, so that's why here project, works on and employee relation we will add. And how these two will be joined? Using the project numbers. Okay, P number equal to PNO and works on and employee will be joined using employee SSN equal to SSN. And the condition is last name equal to Smith. So now these two are the operand relations. So this set will give you the project numbers, and again the another set is also having the project numbers. You have to take the union of these two results, intermediate results. Okay, and whenever you take the union, you make sure that these two results or the resultant relations must be type compatible. What is type compatible? That here the number of attributes in both the operand relation must be same and the domain of these attributes must match. Okay, then it will be called as type compatible. So we'll get the desired result. And similarly, you can use the intersect or the except, that is difference, set difference. But in MySQL, directly you can't use intersect or set difference. You can use using join operation. Okay, it is not supporting intersect and except keyword. So you have to achieve the same result using join operation. Then when you are comparing the different values, like in where condition you are writing the Boolean expression, right? So some operators we are using, comparison operators in the where clause while writing the condition. So like is one such comparison operator which is used for pattern matching. So here percentage, which replaces an arbitrary number of zeros or more characters, and underscore replaces a single character. Okay, if you write ename equal to yes percentage, sorry, ename like yes percentage. So it will fetch employee names from employee relation if employee name is starting with capital letter S. Okay, it can be followed by any letters, but it must start with yes. So for that we will use the like operator. And between comparison operator, that is used if you are comparing the values within some range, whether it is between 1 and 10 or whether it is between 100 and 2000. So if you are comparing the values between some interval or the range, then you can use the between comparison operator. Then comes order by. This is one of the clause used along with the select. If you want to sort the attribute values, then you can use the order by clause. Okay, here if you want to sort in descending order, you can use the keyword ESC, or if you want to sort in ascending order, you can use ASC. Here you can see how you can write the order by clause. After where clause, you can write order by d dot dname descending. So according to the descending order of dname, your result will be displayed. But again, you have specified e name, sorry, l name in ascending order, f name in ascending order. So all these conditions must be checked, and accordingly it will be sorted. Okay, so these are the different clauses. Actually there are 6 clauses in select. Here in this lecture I have explained only the 4, like select, then we have from clause, where clause, and then we have discussed order by. Thank you.